stopped. So yesterday we have gone for the chat application that was running without GUI components. So abhi we need to use some input dialog boxes, and for messaging we will be using show message dialog. So these are the two JOption pin components that can be added into your chat application to make it graphical. So whenever I want to use this option pin, I need to import one package. So here I will be importing that package. So import java x.swing, because this is a part of a swing component. So JOption pin is from swing, so we need to add into a swing component. So I am using that swing component over here, and we'll make little bit change in the application. 1 second, it is so this swing components will be adding into a program swing.star. So that will be helping us to add those things into a program. So wherever I am want to display something message, so this is on the console, so there is no issue. Now this I want to accept, so I need to read those components. So I will not use buffer reader here, so I just give command to buffer reader. So nowhere I will be using buffer reader. Now everything that I want to accept, I will be using this JOption pin dot show message input dialog. So this will be there in front of your br.readline. So I will be accepting is this, and this will be from the client side. So I'll write it here, client what do you call as message. So that will be accepted, and that will be stored into this local variable. And wherever I want to display something just like this one, so I will be using this JOption page dot message dialog box. I am copying this content and I am pasting here over here, and this part will be cut and will be displayed here. So I will say server 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 colon, and I am concatenating this. So this will be here, so 2 plus sign. So there is no need for me to write like this. So these are the basic things what I will be doing in this client program. Same in the server program, will be using these two components for converting it into a GUI. So as there are two packages, I will be importing another package. So the package name is import java x dot swing dot star. So this will be there, and whenever there is a message, so if I want to accept something, so input box will be like this. So read line server chat. I will be giving command to the buffer reader because I don't want to use that one. So that will be converted here, and same way I want to display something, so message box will be transferred over here. So here the message box will be transferred, and we'll be copying this part and we'll be pasting over here. So that will be displayed. I'm closing this one. So these are the basic changes what I have done into this. Okay, so I will go for that yesterday's application of that we have run on a console. So we'll go for that one, and there I will run it. So here there was chat client. I'll replace the program from my this. So Control A C, and I am opening here Control A V, save chat client, and save with chat server, Control A C, and opening this chat server, Control A V. That's it. I am closing this one, opening command prompt cmd, compiling this two codes. So for that purpose I need to delete these two classes file. So these two classes files have been deleted. I'm opening this and opening on D drive, going on a D drive because my program is on a D drive, and I'm saying Java X, so Java C compiler star means all files dot Java. So rather than individually compiling, I have compiled all program. So we'll see whether it is compiling or not. Okay, it is compiled. So I'm saying start. So automatically the two consoles will be open. So left side will be your server, second right side will be your client. So what is the name of my program? It's server chat and client chat. So we'll open this two. So I will run this program. So Java server chat. So C is in uppercase. So server chat. I am running this one. So I will check whether okay. Java. What is the name? server server chat. Could not load. Okay, so this is a problem. I need to give class path of this to my computer. Right click properties. Okay, the compilation is not done, I think so. Okay, that is there. So let it be. Look, go for setting the path, class path. So properties to my computer, add one setting, environment variable, and we'll check for class path somewhere it is there or not. So okay, new. So class path, and into this I'll give my D drive. That's it. So whether it is there or not, yes, class path. Okay, I'm closing this window again. We'll open again a command prompt because settings will be added only after command prompt is added. So Java C, so it is there. Okay, CLS. So on D drive, and we go for start. So two console will be open. So here it will class server and it is client. So Java server chat. Could not load or find or load. Okay, I will run this program into my command prompt itself. Okay. So we'll run this program into your what you call as an Eclipse. So I am running this server first. So server started. Now I am running my client program over here. Okay, so two consoles are started. So I am saying hi. Okay, so see this client is open. I am saying hi. So client message will be sent to the server. So it's not working. The client has terminated. Job simply was client null panna. it should open a window. Yes, it is. I'm sending hi. So actually this will happen only when there are two different types of consoles. तो ये थोड़ा सा यहाँ पर वर्कआउट नहीं होगा. Let it be. So it is getting terminated. Some problem is there with this. I will check the code and then after that I will go for the execution rather later. Okay. Today's intention, our program will be making a multi-threaded chat application. So I will be running this program of multi-threaded chat application, and then we'll go for the actual what code and what all business logic we have implemented for the purpose of making it multi-threaded. So first I will go for running this program. So server is started. This is threaded program, so there will be have continuous chatting between client and server. So this is what is server started. I am sending hi, hello. See, how are you? I am sending to, देखो see, client अभी started. Client ने कुछ तो लिखा how are you. So now here I am saying hello. So it is on now in server. Server will receive hello. Okay. So client has said okay. So it has received on a client server side. So server के ऊपर ये client ने भेजा हुआ okay आया. अगर मैंने यहाँ पे बोल दिया hello again from server और मैंने भेज दिया, देखो ऑटोमेटिक क्लाइंट के स्क्रीन के ऊपर गया और वहाँ पर उसने बोला कि हेलो फ्रॉम सर्वर. सो थोड़ा सा इसमें मैं चेंज करता हूँ तो समझने में थोड़ा सा सिंपल हो जाएगा. Now what is there in this program will go into diagrammatic representation. Then after that we'll be running the code how it is been done. Now see, here we are making a multi-threaded chat application. Means we'll be accepting parallelly the content from the user and parallelly we'll be sending something to this server. So we assume that this is a client machine and this is one we call as a server machine. And basically whenever we are doing any connectivity between the client to server, it is always single threaded. It is always single threaded, only one threaded program, and that is been managed by your main, we call it as a main thread. So if it is single thread, only one request will be sent from client, and after receiving that request, response will be again terminated back into this program. So only one thread is working because there is only one connection. So there will be only one thread that will be transferring a message from client to server and server to client. And this situation, it becomes very difficult to analyze. So this is nothing but a client and this is nothing but your server. So whenever I want to do a simple program, just what we have seen yesterday, I will be accepting some message from this. This message will be transferred to the server, and after that server will send something, again it will be retransmitted back to the client. So only one thread will be transferring your control from client to server and after that server to client. So you are making your program very much dependent upon the thread. So there is another way of making your program very much clear, that you will be doing something extra apart from this. So what is there? In each program there is always one main thread. There is always one thread that is called as main thread. In each program there is always one thread that we call it as a main thread. Same way in server also we have one thread called as a main thread. Now see, there is only one threaded program. Now I want to do some operations that will be doing a communication from client to server, that will be sending something, and parallelly I will be receiving something from this one. So it should be a continuous. It should be a continuous process. So continuous process means what? Totally it should be a connection where the client will be interacting with the server continuously and server will be interacting continuously. Now what you have to do is that in this logic you will be writing one code. You will be writing one code that will be containing thread. That will be containing thread. Now what is actually the thread means? A thread, a threaded application is nothing but it will be two-sided communication between client and server. So two-sided threads will be communicated. Now in each program there are two threads. You know that is one is main thread and another is a thread that you will be implementing in your program, that you will be implementing in the program. So for that purpose you need to create one application where you will be implementing a concept called as multi-threading. Now what will happen is that, you know, the thread life cycle. Whenever you implement any thread into your program, you will be creating two different types of thread. That is, one will be the main execution flow and another will be the special type of thread that will be working for you. There will be a special type of program, separate execution will be there, and this will be interacting into your program. So now what we will do is that you will be write a code from main that will be transmitting something from client to the server, and there will be one set of code, another parallel code, that will be transmitting something to your client or to server and server to client. So threads will be interacting separately. One dedicated thread that will be only transmit something from client to server and server to client. So there will be a dedicated thing. So ये दो तरीके से ऐसा interact हो जाएगा, because this thread is on a client also and server also. So connection will be from client to server and it will be dedicated. Same way another thread will be from client to server and that will be moving something from your client to server. A dedicated program dividing your whole code into two parts. Two threads will be created, one will be main, one will be your thread. So how to do that, that will be doing in the program. So basically in threaded program what we do is that we first import these packages which are required for this program. This is step number one. Then what all initialization is required, we do those initialization over there, and there is a main function. Main function is calling a constructor, and constructor is nothing but doing a connection to your socket. It is creating object of a socket. So the duty of constructor is only to create a socket. Now as you know, as soon as the program is compiled and it is asked to execute, it will directly enter into main thread. So this main thread will be called first, and this thread will immediately call the constructor of a class. Now one thread will be executing the remaining part of your program, and as you have called this thread constructor will be moved its control to this, and it will be calling one, it will be saying to call a start function. So start means what? Here I have extended a thread feature. It means I will be dividing my main thread into two different threads. What will happen is that one thread will be calling this constructor, and after calling a constructor it will be dividing immediately and it will be asking this run function to start, and after that immediately the thread will be moving, the main thread will be giving control, one control to your run function, that is a thread, and it will come back, it will continue its working with its main thread again. So this part will be going on continuing continuous execution, that we call it as a main thread, and another thread sub thread which is being created by dividing a main thread into two stream, that will be done by your, that will be executing a code that you have written into a run function. So the dividing a main thread into two threads. So this is what we say what will happen exactly is that a main program will be creating first one thread, we call it as main thread. Main program will be calling immediately a constructor, So what will that constructor will be doing is that constructor will be doing some initialization, that is it will be starting a socket. So socket will be initialized, and after that a main thread will be calling its control back. But I have written something into this constructor, and what I have written is that I have called another thread, and that is nothing but we call it as from your thread class. So thread class will be calling one of the function. So basically there will be one code running parallelly into main, there will be one code that will be parallelly executed by your thread. So you will find there will be two different programs will be executing from one single program. So one will be executing from the main and another will be executing from thread. And what all duties you will be assigning to this is that one will be doing some operations of accepting and one will be doing some operations of receiving. So acceptance and receiving, these two things will be going on and will be doing these operations same way for your client and same way for your server also. So these two things will be going on, and there will be a connection between main of client with the main with the server, thread of client with the thread with the server. So this will happen because this we call it as a client, and we'll call it as server. So basically client will be connected, your main program will be calling a constructor. This is nothing but we call it as constructor. So here the program is a constructor, and again same way here it is a constructor. Now constructor, what you will do is that immediately main program thread is created, thread will be calling a constructor, constructor will be calling a thread by saying start. Start means what? Run. So this part will get executed and it will give back its control to its main thread, because main thread is again been divided into two parts. So main thread will be dividing, that one thread will be running a thread program and another will be running its main program, whatever you have written into main function. Now in same way server will be again have a will be a threaded program. Here there will be one main program that will be calling a constructor, constructor will be calling a thread. Now this thread is another set of code, the main will be another set of code, this code will be interacting with one another. This operation is nothing but we call it as getting something, and this operation is nothing but sending something. So the operations will be somewhat separate, input streams will be connected to the output stream of one program, in output stream will be connected to the input stream of another program. So this is vice versa communication between the two different programs. So one program will be divided into two and it will be executing parallelly into your execution. So we'll do this demonstration in your program. So how this code is been written, we'll move for that also. So in this program what we have done is that we have imported these two packages. So I'm writing a code for client. So this is step number 1, where I have initialized, where I have imported two packages, that is IO package and .NET package. Now step number 2, you have to keep in mind, whenever you are doing threaded program, you have to write a name of a class that will be extending a thread class. So step number 2 is nothing but extending a thread class. So you are extending a thread class into step number 2, which we have not done in a previous chat application. Now this is step number 3, you will be initializing whatever you want to do. So this is step number 3, I want a socket and I want that socket to be constant, so I have used static. So initialization, whenever you are moving to the thread, you have to make it static, because it should not be duplicated socket being created automatically. So static means only unique static socket object will be created. I have initialized to the null. Then I am saying what is the name of my server and what is the port number to which I will be getting connected. So this is the step number 3, that is only initialization. And after initialization I will be writing a code something into my main. So this is my main function. So you have to keep in mind this is step number 4, where you will be calling, this is a part you will be doing here. A part means what? You will be calling a constructor. So a means what? In fourth step a is just a calling to the constructor. And how you are calling? You are just giving a new keyword and giving the name of a class. So this is the name of class, that is chat thread. So this constructor will be called. Parallelly this will be executed. So after immediately calling the constructor we are writing something in the constructor like this. And parallelly after running this, whenever the control moves come back, it will be running some code. So I have written this into a try and catch block. So what that code is, I want to do send something from my main function. I want to send something from my main function. So here I have used data output stream DOS, and I have written into a single line. So previously what we have used to do is that we used to write input stream output stream OS is equal to socket dot get output stream. So s dot get output stream, I have directly passed a parameter into my data input stream. So we can reduce a length of a code into 2 line into 1 line. So previously what we used to write is that we used to write output stream OS is equal to socket dot get output stream, and we have to add those into data output stream DOS is equal to new data output stream, and into bracket we have passed that output stream object. So this is 2 line code. 2 line code I have converted into one single line code. What is this OS? OS is nothing but socket dot get output stream. So I have copied this part and I have put it directly into this. So this code becomes like this. So data output stream DOS is equal to new data output stream, and into this socket dot get output stream. So I have made 2 line code into 1 line code. That's it. Okay. So my DOS is ready for sending something on a screen to the server. So I have accepted it. Enter message. मैं यहाँ पर बोलता हूँ client. So client will be accepting something, and that will be with the help of buffer reader I am creating an object. So this will be displayed, and it will be, because it is an output stream, so it will be sent directly. I am writing this into the while loop. So I have used this while loop because continuous process will be going on. So once this object is created, I will only send this to the server. I will only send this to the server. So continuous execution, write UTF will be accepting something continuously and will be writing directly to the data output stream. So it's single line code. I have not used any variable over here because it is only a runtime. I am creating this one and it will be started. So client started मैं बोलता हूँ, started यहाँ पर बोल देता हूँ, and it will be executed only once, but this part will be executing continuously because it's a true condition. So continuously output stream will be there, and that will be accepting, and that will be transferring to the server. And I have written this into a try catch block, so that is exception being handled by using exception class. Okay, so are you clear? So we have just created a constructor, called a constructor in the main, that is step number A, and in step number B we have created a output stream object. So output stream is used to send continuous message to server. So this is I have done into step number 2, and I have written into try catch block. So only 2 operations in main function, that's it. Now we'll move for the constructor. What actually, because as soon as the program main function is created, it is first calling the constructor, and as there is no socket, so I have to do one operation. You know that constructor is only executed once in its life. So only one time it will be executed, not multiple times. So as soon as the constructor is sorry, I am not here, मैंने ऐसे डालने की ज़रूरत नहीं, client star सिर्फ मैं client ही बोलता हूँ. So as soon as the constructor is being created, it will be displaying something on a screen, that is server started, and I am writing. So I am cutting this. As soon as the socket object is created, then only it should be displayed. So here I am writing everything into try catch block, and I have just created object of a socket that will be containing the name of a server and the port number of a server, and I am displaying a message that is server started. But this is step number A. And what is step number 2B? So step number B, you are again calling your thread to get run. So in threading, run function will be only called whenever we are using a keyword called as a start. So you cannot use directly run. You have to call this function by using a function called as a start. And why it is running? Because you have created a class that is extended a feature of thread. So this feature of threading is implemented here. So as soon as you say start will be calling one control, will be executing a thread. So your main thread will be divided into two parts. One will be executing a run part, and the same way another will be executing the remaining part of your program. So here there is a while loop that will be continuously writing something to the server, and here there will be a while loop that will be accepting something continuously from the what we call as from the server, and that will be displayed. So it is nothing but a server. So जो भी सर्वर का मैसेज आ जाएगा, so यहाँ पर मैंने दो लाइन में लिखा है आपको समझने के लिए कि वी कैन डिवाइड दिस प्रोग्राम इनटू टू लाइन और वन सिंगल line. So input stream will be accepting continuously. So my run function will be only reading the content that it has been receiving from the server. So input stream will be accepting this data. Input stream will be the high level object, and I'm writing this into while loop. So whatever message I am receiving, I will be displaying it directly on my console. So server का जो भी मैसेज आ जाएगा वो रीड करके मैं स्क्रीन के ऊपर दिखाऊंगा. And for implementing the feature, so I have used this slip. आपको लग रहा होगा तो आप यूज़ कर सकते हैं थोड़ा स्लो चैटिंग दिखाने के लिए. You can use this one, or you cannot use this one. It is up to you. This slip cannot be used in main function. It will be only applicable for the run function only. So you can write a slip only in this run function. And I have handled this exception. That's it. Nothing extra I have done into this program. Are you clear with this? We have divided a main program into two different threads with the help of constructor. Constructor is just initializing your socket object and calling a run function. So run will be accepting something from the server, and your main function will be sending something to the server. So we are dividing your program into two multiple threads. Yes, are you clear with this one? Yes, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Same thing I have done into server. Nothing changed. Same thing I have done into server. This is step number one. Step number one, initialization, that is nothing but your whatever packages you want. Step number two, I have again created a class server thread chat, and I have extended the thread feature. So मैंने thread class को यहाँ पर inherit किया. So this is step number two. Step number three is initialization. जो जो मुझे चाहिए मैंने सबको इसको initialize किया है. And you know there is a server socket, so you are using server socket object SS, and socket should be static whenever you are moving to the multi-threaded application. So socket I am creating, and I want to communicate to port number 3030. So because I have in client I have used that port number 3030. So this is my port, that is server port 3030, and I have written code into my main function. And you know this is my step number 4. So step 4, you are calling a constructor. Step number 5, you are accepting data output stream. This means you are sending something. So sending to client. You are sending to client. So मैं यहाँ पर बोलता हूँ server. So buffer reader will be reading, and it will be continuously writing something to the server. Server to client will be sent continuously, and parallelly your constructor will be doing some operation, that is it will be starting a server, and it will be accepting the request from the server. So once request is accepted, it will move to the start, and start will be calling your run function. Your run function will do the same operation, just like it will be reading the content whatsoever it has received from the client, and that it will be displayed on a screen. So everything will be displayed on screen. Here I will be showing that this is nothing but a server. ये सर्वर का जो भी आया वो दिखाएगा क्लाइंट के ऊपर, और क्लाइंट जो भी आया सर्वर वो सब इसको दिखाएगा. So it's very simple. You will need to just divide your program into client and server. So again I am running this program. I am started a server. I am starting a client. So server ने बोल दिया hi. So this is server saying hi. Here see this is server thread, and as soon as press I enter, so the control is automatically moving towards the client. तो क्लाइंट ने यहाँ पर बोल दिया कुछ हेलो, सर्वर के ऊपर आया. आप यहाँ पर कुछ डाल दो, सर्वर क्लाइंट के ऊपर जाएगा. देखो दिस इज कंटिन्यूसली गोइंग ऑन, आई डोंट नीड टू स्विच एनीथिंग इनटू दिस. ये एक्चुअली हो रहा है इसके अंदर. तो मेरे को सिर्फ ये प्रोग्राम को थोड़ा सा कंसोल के ऊपर मैं रन करके देखता हूँ एक बार मेरा सपोर्ट कर रहा है कि नहीं कंप्यूटर, वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. मेरे को क्लास पाथ फिर से निकालना पड़ेगा. मेरे को ये कंसोल के ऊपर दिखाना, इट्स बिकम वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट वेन एवर यू रन दिस ऑन कंसोल इट बिकम्स वेरी सिंपल. So you can run this program on console also. So control A C. What is the name of a file? Control A C. दोनों क्लास बन चुके हैं. जावा सी सर्वर थ्रेड चैट. SERVER thread THR. ओके लेट इट बी. ये आप इसमें करो. मैं आई विल मीट ऑन मंडे. ऑन मंडे आई विल सॉर्ट आउट ऑल द प्रॉब्लम्स दैट इज बीइंग कवर्ड ड्यू टू कंसोल एप्लीकेशन. बट मेरे ख्याल से आपको सबको ये समझ में आया कि यू कैन रन इट. आई विल make some setting in my PC and I will inform you on Monday. My Monday session will wind up with this concept of running this and will be moving towards the datagram. Well, where we'll be implementing UDP protocol. Datagram applications will be written just like this application, sending something to the server, and server will do some operations and that will again back reply something to you. That we will do on Monday. So Monday session will wind up with the TCP/IP model and UDP model, and that will be the end of this networking. And then after that, we'll be moving to the RMI, that is remote method invocation. Multiple, you can search a question paper, previous question paper you can download from the internet and get all the questions of whatsoever question been asked on server socket. You make a list of all questions, you send me which solution you want. If you want any solutions, we'll have directly, we can go for the writing the code into a lecture and we'll go for the execution of those questions immediately. But I am expecting that you should prepare a question bank of your programs of the previous question paper as far as this chapter is concerned, because 100% there will be a 10 marks program. No theory will be asked on this chapter. This chapter is purely dedicated to writing a code that will be some business logic or something like this chat application or multi-thread chat application will be asked for 10 marks minimum. So be ready for that. I am expecting that you should prepare a question bank and you just send me those question banks, so that if you don't find a solution, then we'll move for the creating the solution for those applications. Okay, so we'll meet on Monday. I am expecting in these 2 days, that is on Sunday, you should prepare the question bank of this chapter dedicatedly. Okay, so good day, and if you have any doubt, you can speak with me now. I will sort out this problem of console and we'll meet on Monday on the same issue. Okay, so till then, good day. Monday my lecture will be at 11, same timing.
Okay, sir.
Okay.